Hi everyone, welcome to Single Values. Today we're going to talk about the EV boom because all these stocks are doing incredibly well, and it's not just one. Like, I would talk about one stock if it was just one stock, but like literally there's so many that I probably couldn't name them all right now, or just probably take me forever. But we clearly see Tesla is doing well because of its inclusion in the S&P 500, and it's just recently gotten new targets that are well above $500, and even a long-term target of like $1,000. So we could potentially see a Tesla at $1,000 next year, which is not really that insane in the scheme of things, because $1,000 would just put Tesla just below 900 billion. And for the momentum and the potential of this company, it's very realistic, particularly how much the market just loves this company right now. And I think it's the one leading the boom for everything. So Tesla's got about a 500 billion valuation, so hence why the second closest maker in terms of a US listed company is also trying to catch up to that valuation as well, and it's about $75 billion. So with NIO, a lot of people know this company, a lot of people have invested in this company, and it is trying to make up that kind of valuation. And as Tesla moves up, NIO moves up. Xpeng was also one of the followers of that whole trend as well, that it is also scaling up really well, and it's moving up. Li Auto is moving up. And also one of the very, very new ones, which was merging with a rival group. And this stock is up 42% just today, never mind how crazy it's been for like the past week or two. When this stock literally moved from like $10, pretty much a week ago. Like literally a week ago, the stock was about $10, and now it's at $24. That just shows how incredibly crazy valuations are moving for these companies, because the hype is there, the potential is there. So there's a lot to like about this whole trend, though you still have to be wary that at the end of the day, like things potentially are moving ahead of themselves. Though when it stops, it's very difficult to say when it stops. I'd say the biggest indicator is going to be Tesla. The minute you see Tesla slow down, everything else kind of slows down, because Tesla's the whole leader of the situation. Like, Tesla moves up, it helps NIO move up, it helps Xpeng, it helps Li Auto move up, and then people just kind of look at those companies and then they try to engage a valuation that might be fair for what a rival group will be producing in the future, and it's in like buses and vans. And then we go into like the charging sector, and the charging Switchback will be merging with ChargePoint, and ChargePoint is basically the largest one, and they are basically just booming right now because they have a high projection of revenues, and the market kind of sees that, and it's moving up higher as well. It's looking at all these electric car companies and going, well, if that's going to do really well, obviously the one that is offering the charging stations is also going to do extremely well as well. And on top of that, Blink Charging is also doing really well. It kind of made sense if ChargePoint is doing well, up 24%. Blink Charging, which has been doing amazing these past couple of weeks, moving from like less than $10 to $30. So of course, you have to be amazed with this current EV boom. You're probably wondering, when's it stop? You probably never want it to stop, but do bear in mind, all good things will come to an end one day. At least in terms of this whole market of everything constantly going up. You can't go up 30% every day, so eventually things do start to slow down, and I think you just have to be a bit more cautious. I don't think things will get sold off immediately, but of course I think things are going to slow down, and the minute things slow down, you probably want to take some profit, of course. And also Ideanomics, this is like a company just buying all these fintechs. The one that resembles the most in EV space is probably their investment into electric tractors. So that's also a unique kind of selling point for this company that's investing in electric tractors, and it's also investing in a fintech company that is quite profitable too, which I kind of like the numbers of. And for a company around $600 million, it's actually a very worthy investment. And yeah, then we look at the whole hydrogen situation of like fuel cell technology, and they're also doing really well. Like fuel cell itself has been doing incredibly well over the past couple of weeks. This stock is literally moved from literally like two in the mid $2 to $8.38 right now, and that's just like less than 2 weeks ago. So you can kind of see how insane things are, and it's up 50% today. Like, never mind if it was up 50% in a 2 week span, it's literally up 50% in one day, on top of the pricing that has already moved up in the past couple of weeks. And same with Plug Power, though not as much, but again, it's kind of, you can kind of see it in the stock trends. They're all moving up quite a lot, whether it's fuel cell tech, electric tractors, charging stations, electric buses, or the whole just electric cars in general. Because at the end of the day, we've got this whole trend of everything moving into EVs. Governments around the world are banning ICE vehicles in the future, well, the sales anyway. And then EVs are just going to lead the way, and I guess it's a big bet on who's going to win it, who's going to get the most market share, and these companies they're all riding a big wave of momentum in terms of EVs, and right now it seems like no one can really make a wrong move, because if you're in an EV space, if you've invested in these companies, chances are you're making some pretty decent profit, which is always nice. It's always nice when these days happen. But of course, you got to remember that the reverse can happen as well, that where all these companies are rising a lot, they can also fall a lot. Yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are. Is this just a really, really crazy time, especially in the EV market? I'm kind of lost for words of how much momentum is all these companies are kind of gaining in this situation. But it's also really cool if you're invested in this. Like, I'm enjoying it, but of course, we just still have to bring ourselves back to reality and go, once things get too frothy, like right now, I don't think it's too ahead of itself. I think things are just selling at a premium, and the premium's worth it for the potential. Though I think very much so that as things continue to go on like this, it becomes untenable. The valuations head beyond logic, and that's when you should really, really be cautious. Right now, these valuations are kind of justified on the future revenue, though it's pricing things for perfection. I think as things move even higher, you kind of have to be really, really cautious, because then valuations just move beyond logic after that. But of course, right now it's not too bad. Though I think you should be cautious, and take profit as things go up. Right now the market's really nice. You don't want it to end. Though eventually things do end. All things actually do come to an end. But of course, right now it's nice for sure. Yeah, let me know if you've got any comments, or it's an interesting market, don't you reckon so? Or if there's any other stocks that you mentioned, like I've listed all these stocks up here. But of course there's so many EV stocks that are doing really well in this current environment. I just pretty much listed the ones that are really well known, the ones that are really trending in this current market right now. But of course there is so many out there. But yeah, it's pretty good. Hope it doesn't end too soon. But we'll see how things go. Until then, good luck investing, everyone.